Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we will talk about loops, specifically for loops in the C programming language. In C programming, loops are used to execute a block of code repeatedly based on a certain condition. It automates repetitive tasks and iterates over a sequence of elements, such as a list or a range of numbers. There are three main types of loops in C: for, while, and do-while loops. We will talk about while and do-while loops in the next video. Now let's talk about for loops in C programming language. A for loop is a kind of loop in which the program iterates over each sequence of elements in a list, string, or range of numbers. The for loop in C is commonly used when the number of iterations is known beforehand. It consists of three parts: initialization, condition, and increment/decrement. Let's go through the syntax of the for loop. For, inside parentheses, initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, increment/decrement. Then inside curly braces, you have to write the code to be executed. Initialization. It is used to initialize the loop counter. Condition. It is the condition that is evaluated before each iteration. If the condition is true, the code inside the loop is executed. If it's false, the loop is terminated. Increment/decrement. It is used to update the loop counter after each iteration. Here's an example. In this example, I equals to 1 initializes the loop counter to 1. I less than or equal to 5 is the condition that checks if I is less than or equal to 5. I++ increments the value of I by 1 after each iteration. Now if you run this, it will print 1, then a new line, 2, then a new line, all the way up to 5. Let's head to VS Code for practical examples. First of all, I will open a file, code loop.c. Now I will code a simple example using the for loop. #include inside angle brackets stdio.h, then int main inside parentheses void, and inside curly braces for inside parentheses int I equals to 0, semicolon, I less than 3, semicolon, I++. Then inside curly braces, printf, inside parentheses and quotations, hello, comma, world, \n, and then a semicolon. Int I equals to 0 is the initialization part of the for loop. Here, I is initialized to 0 before the loop starts executing. This part is executed only once at the beginning of the loop. I less than 3 is the condition part of the for loop. The loop will continue to execute as long as the condition I less than 3 is true. Once I becomes equal to or greater than 3, the loop will terminate. I++ is the increment part of the for loop. After each iteration of the loop, I is incremented by 1. This step is executed at the end of each iteration before the condition is checked for the next iteration. The loop starts with I equal to 0. It then checks if I is less than 3. Since 0 is less than 3, the condition is true, and the loop body is executed. The loop body prints hello world to the terminal. After the first iteration, I is incremented to 1. The loop repeats the process, checks the condition I less than 3 is true, executes the loop body, increments I. This process continues until I reaches 3. At I equals to 3, the condition I less than 3 is false, and the loop terminates. Now if I compile this, make loop, and then run it, /loop, you can see it outputs hello, world tries. Thank you for watching. This was all for today. I hope you learned something. Like and subscribe. Have a nice time.